the most progressive thing you can do in life is fail. And I know this is quite a statement, but there is actually a lot of truth in this. Because if we think about life, the general construct of life is uncertainty. There is nothing that is certain except that everything is constantly moving and changing. But then our mind comes in and these ego defenses and there's emotions and stuff like that, and we think that we need to be in control and we think that we need to avoid failure. Well, if you live in that loop, you are probably not free, happy, or successful. There is something missing. And after going really deep into myself and studying a lot of other people, I think this notion of thinking that we need to control and not accepting that life is uncertain. And I heard this really good quote, uncertainty is pure potential. And when you look at uncertainty like that, everything changes. And in a way, you could look at life through the lens of win or learn. If you win, yay, you can celebrate. Or if you lose, you learn. So actually, you always win. It's just our mind and our attitude towards the events that happen in our life that makes them negative. If you see the losing as a positive opportunity to learn, to grow, then you actually win all the time. And this is when you start to take more risks. And if you want to really succeed in life, you have to go out of your comfort zone, and that means you have to take risks. Most people stay in their comfort zone because they're so afraid of the unknown. And that's why I talk about the relationship you have with the unknown determines what your life will be. If you trust life, if you trust Source, God, the universe, that's when you actually see that life happens for you, not against you. So the trick here is to become comfortable with uncertainty, because that's our nature. That's the true nature of life and being a human. So why not accept everything as is? And if you can do that, and if you can accept all the emotions, all the things that happens, and you can kind of become a witness, you use curiosity and you study yourself, you study the events that happened, this is when you start to progress and you start to learn. It's awareness. You start to become aware of what moves the needle, what you shouldn't do and what you should do, what makes you happy, what makes you feel good. And the pitfall here is that some people think that life should just be this love and light thing and that we should only be positive. But only being positive actually turns out to be a negative. The thing is that we need to accept if it's positive, if it's negative, we accept it, and that's when we can transcend the kind of the duality, because we don't judge it. We don't judge it as negative or positive. We see it as an opportunity to grow. That makes it in nature a beneficial experience. So when you think about something that you've had to struggle for, and then there is a win after those struggles, that win will be so much more better than a thing that you just succeed right away. And I know it's really easy to get jealous of people who get their business right, they get their relationships right, and they seem to have everything on a silver platter. But what we fail to see in that is that they don't feel good about it. They don't feel like they deserve it because they didn't put any effort in it. So effort and struggle actually makes the thing, when we succeed, a better achievement. So the next time you have a negative experience that you determine that it's negative, and you get this old reaction of, oh, this is bad. What if you flip it on its head and you think about it, oh, what can I learn from this? And you start to examine the whole thing and be like, okay, it's fine. Your attitude changes and the outcome from that is gonna be a positive thing. And the reason why we wanna do that is because the thing that makes our life difficult is tension. And if we remove the tension by changing our attitude and the way we look at it, we change the perspective, we can eventually transcend that tension and it becomes ease. There's an old Chinese saying that easy is right. And it doesn't mean that it's just easy all the time. It means that either way, whatever comes across your path, you can choose to see it as easy. Imagine a river. It's not like the river always has this perfect way of just going. It's sometimes there's logs in the river, sometimes there's big stones, sometimes there is issues, obstacles that the river has to overcome, but the river chooses to keep on going. It never stops. The water doesn't stop when there is a obstacle. The water starts to penetrate in all these places that it possibly can penetrate. So this whole concept in a nutshell is that your relationship with the unknown determines the quality of your life. This is something I truly believe in because I know from experience that my life has changed totally when I changed my attitude to see things as opportunities to grow, to actually heal, to have this experience of learning. Because that's what we're here. We're not here to be ready. We're not here to be just perfect. We are here to grow as humans and to learn what it is to be human. So if you trust and accept whatever happens, there is purpose in every moment. And if you doubt and are afraid, your life is just gonna go downhill and you're just gonna suffer. So why not choose the easier one? You change your attitude. You start looking at things as opportunities. And the last point I want to make here is that whatever struggle you have or whatever goal you have, if you put it in a bigger perspective, and let's say you have a goal for 1 year, change that to, okay, I'm gonna achieve that in 5 years or in 10 years. See how the tension goes away, and that's when you can actually start enjoying the process, because the process is not the problem. The tension during the process is the problem. The more you can relax and enjoy the ride, the better your life will be. Because, let's be honest, there is nothing else than the now. We live in the eternal now. There is no future, there is no past. So why not choose to accept the now, how things are, and try your best. See what can you learn, see it as an opportunity, and just grow from there. So the thing that you should try to avoid is tension. That becomes dis-ease. That's actually going to be a disease later. The more you stress, the more prone you are to having some kind of disease or issue in your health. And that's gonna be another video. I just want to give you a perspective of how this whole works. So relax, take care of yourself, and remember, there's nothing wrong with you. You are just where you are now, and then you can progress to the next level. That's gonna be it for this video. My name is Mitz. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in a future one. Peace out.